if you don't believe, ego eimi, John 8, if you do not believe that ego eimi, I am, you'll die in your sins. Oh, are you saying that Jesus is the only way to God? I'm the way and the truth and the life. No man comes to the Father but by me. Peter says at Pentecost, neither is there salvation in any other, for there is no other name under heaven given among men whereby you must be saved. Are you saying Jesus Christ is the only way to God? Yes! He is the only God. He is the only way to God. If you don't have Christ, you will spend an eternity separated away from God forever. That is the message. And Jesus comes with these claims, and again, we get jaded to it. We say, oh, yeah, because Jesus, yeah, you have to build your life upon Him, His word. Yeah, I get it, Jesus. Have you considered that if that came out of the mouth of any other person, it would be the height of arrogance? Consider for a moment Jesus' claim. This is the way of life. There are two kinds of people in the world. You're either wise or you're a fool. There are two kinds of foundations. There's a rock and there's sand. And there's two destinations. There's making it through the storm, living to see another day, living to see the sun come up again. And there's one that ends in absolute desolation. Jesus says there's two gates, right? One's wide, one's small. A path over here that is, what? Broad, and you have a narrow one. One leads to life, and one leads to death. And what do you think he's talking about? He's talking about himself coming by way of him. Now, Jesus says that. He just says the words, you're either a wise person or a fool. And again, I agree with C.S. Lewis. Not in everything, but I agree with him. I'm a Baptist, okay? But I agree with him when he says, it's right. It's right on. Jesus, with his claims, is either liar, lunatic, or Lord. That's true. You can't put him anywhere else. He's either a liar because he knew that he wasn't who he claimed to be, and he says he was. He's a liar, and you must reject him. Or he is nuts. He is out there. What's a good Australian word for crazy? What's that? Oh, crazy. Come on, you guys have such fun words. You guys are much more creative than Americans. Come on. What's that? A rat, what? Okay. Okay. I'm going to try to find a way to work that into my next message, okay? Bonkers. Okay. He's either a liar, bunkers, or Lord, right? Now here's the thing. If he's Lord, you can't question his authority. Now remember, you said yes to that. If he's Lord, he's the creator of all things. If he's Lord, he's the one that is holding your very heartbeats in his hand right now. If he's Lord, he holds your breath in his hands right now. If he's Lord, he is spinning Saturn as we speak. And you must obey him. And Jesus makes these claims. Now think about it. If I made the claim to you tonight, look, guys, visiting Australia, name's Jeff Durbin. This is how life works. You're either going to be a wise person or a fool. And I mean an outright, downright fool. All right? You're either going to build your house on a rock or it's going to be on sand. And this is how it works. If everyone in this room would simply build their lives upon my words, then you'll be the person that's wise. Otherwise, you're a fool. You're a fool if you don't live according to the dictates of Jeff Durbin. You'd be like, you're telling tales out of the schoolyard. Get out, right? Get on the first plane back to the United States, right? And rightly so. I deserve it. But Jesus says it, and I want you to listen to their reaction. Verse 28. And when Jesus finished these sayings, the crowds were astonished at his teaching. Listen, for he was teaching them as one who had what? Authority, and not as their scribes. Do you see it? They caught it. They caught it instantaneously. Jesus says, all of life, wise fool, which one are you? Build your life upon my word, or you're a fool. And they heard it, and their recognition immediately is, he's teaching as one having authority. He didn't ask for their permission. He wasn't building his teaching upon Rabbi so-and-so and Rabbi so-and-so, which is what many of them did those days. Well, how do I know what you're saying is true? Oh, because Rabbi so-and-so confirms it, and this rabbi 100 years ago wrote about it, and this rabbi said that. Basing their authority on somebody or something else, Jesus says, it's mine, and they got it. Oftentimes, we approach apologetics in terms of ultimate authority, and what we try to do as Christians is we try to say, well, let's do something here. Let's pull together some different authorities. Let's pull together reason and maybe this bit of evidence over here and this bit of evidence over here. And we've got this scientific study over here. And this points us to there must be something out there, some intelligent designer. And then this and this and this and this and this. And maybe if we get somebody to believe that maybe in the Judeo-Christian idea of God, once they buy into the fact that there's an intelligent designer, maybe we can start to talk to them then about Jesus. And then maybe when they actually come to Christ, they'll get to Jesus and recognize that they didn't really need any of those things as authorities anyway, because he was authoritative the whole time. You see, that's interesting, isn't it? Dr. Greg Bahnsen, one of my heroes of the faith, he said that the whole world of Christian apologetics oftentimes is people building a ladder to God. And they build a ladder with different rungs. They say, okay, we got the cosmological argument, we got some reason, we've got some evidences here and some evidences here. By the way, nothing wrong with any of those things, just in terms of authority. And we get here and here and here, and we say, okay, climb up that ladder, and they get up that ladder to God, and they're there now. They're facing God, the ultimate authority, the self-attesting authority whose claims are true, who speaks with final authority, and they get up to God and they realize they didn't need the ladder in the first place. Because he was already the final authority. And we should have started our reasoning with him the entire time, and it would have made more sense out of all the things we were saying about him in the first place.